Gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen, honorable members, today is an exciting day for us because the year is about to end and we want to review the year. Today's discussion is very important because it's important that we do evaluations to know how far we have come. So I'm Jones Amegashiriglo. I'm the Executive Director of Youth Impact Movement, and I am as well the Speaker of Youth Impact Parliament Ghana. I'm here with
Francis Kwame Koji,
the
Majority Leader for Youth Impact Parliament.
Exactly. So he'll be helping us review the year, and the items that we'll be using to review the year are: number one, the second Parliament in general, the third Parliament so far, the Speaker and Deputy Speakers of Youth Impact Parliament Ghana, Clerks and Marshals, Majority Leadership, Minority Leadership, Chairpersons and Ranking Members, Vice Chairpersons and Deputy Ranking Members, Standing Committees, Select Committees, Attendance on floor of Parliament, Speaking on floor in debates, Publicizing activities, our trip to Parliament, the mock sitting, the debate competition, then the wholesome components now, the YIP Senate, YIP Uganda Chapter, YIP India Chapter, YIF, which is Youth Impact Foundation activities, and the last one, Youth Impact Movement activities. We are reviewing the entire year, so we're discussing matters arising, what we hold of each of these items. That's what we'll be discussing. So on this note, I'll be starting the discussion with my honorable member. We share different views on matters, so right now we are just trying to discuss how things went. So let's start with the first item. Honorable, the second Parliament, as I could recall, was inaugurated on the 13th of August 2022, and this year it started the year and ended on 12th August 2023, and the House was dissolved. What are your evaluations about the second Parliament from January to the time it was dissolved?
Okay. So I was privileged to be part of the second Parliament. And I think I was acting then as minority leader. From the first day, from the inauguration, I was acting in that capacity. And in my point of view, I think second Parliament in general was great. Everything was beautiful. Just that Youth Impact Parliament in general, we only have one problem. And that problem is the inactiveness of some members. So the second Parliament, we raised that concern. I think we were, how many?
Well, the second Parliament was around 93.
Yeah, 93 members.
Yes, 93 members.
In the second Parliament, yes, 93 members. But if you come for sitting, you could realize that the numbers are.
Oh, but majority that I don't recall we booted out over 48.
Yeah, we booted a lot of people out.
Yes, because of poor attendance.
I remember.
So the second Parliament set a very high precedence in terms of attendance.
The second Parliament was great.
Yeah.
And even though, we could say that we were active. We've never missed any sitting. Even if we are three, we still do our sitting.
Oh yeah,
that is one of the
business
a very important thing that we always do.
Mm-hmm.
So in the second Parliament, I could remember we had different debates.
Yes.
Yeah, different debates. Then Majority Leader Honorable Amano D. It was fun. It's fun, and some of us have learned so many things. In our first time.
In the second Parliament, we held the that was the second anniversary special sitting,
Yes.
which we had a lawyer, Adugo, and then Honorable Kofi Atom. They actually came and the attendance was not encouraging, but regardless, the proceedings was around 4 hours. I was amazed that we were still able to do business. Yes. And it got to a time I was disappointed in my member, but I was like, come on, we cannot keep on waiting for them. The guests came on time and you are late. So for me, the second parliament, the status quo was set and then the precedence was laid. Yeah, so if someone will talk about one of the most vibrant parliaments you have ever had, I would say it's the second parliament. Yes. However, when it comes to achievements, the third parliament has surpassed that of the second parliament.
The third parliament has just begun.
Yes.
So, and looking at how it has started, you could say that we are making progress. And if you want to talk about success also in the second parliament, second parliament was more or less like dedicated for more learning. So we usually invite people who come to teach us, like the likes of Lawyer Lugu and the rest, who comes to teach us on parliamentary proceedings and stuff. So the second parliament was, being achievement-wise, cannot be undermined because there are a lot of things that we are now doing, improving upon in the third parliament, which were learned in the second parliament because it was dedicated basically for learning. We invite people, who comes and teach us on a lot of things. So I would say that most of the things that I've learned more in the second parliament than the third parliament because the third parliament I've entered as a chairperson because of the things I've learned in the
So it means the second parliament was more of an educational ground for you, and the third parliament just executive duties.
That's what
fantastic. The last thing I want us to talk about in the second parliament was, the hottest debate that was ever held on the floor of the second parliament was that of the fifth sitting, December. Yes. That debate was very hot, where the substantive majority leader, Amanona, and then the substantive minority leader, which was Erasmus Ahem, they were all present. It was a heated debate, class. Up to now, I still watch some of the videos. I was like, Charlie, that day was really, really hot. And we need to find time in the subsequent season, and we should have such long, around 2 hours dedicated for debate with a hot motion. I think we should look at that. So let's try and look at that. Yeah. Okay. So now moving on to the next item. Is the third parliament so far. Luckily, the third parliament has a lot of components to be discussed. So we'll just go straight to the components. But let me talk about some generalities in the third parliament. Now, some of the generalities in the third parliament is the fact that the third parliament comprised of 155 seats. And as of inauguration of the third parliament, we had around 100 MPs inaugurated. And the third parliament, I must say, is going on well so far. So when we get to some of the components, we will know what is ongoing. So before I had Francis speak, we'll start going to the items under the third parliament. So the item 3 is speaker and deputy speaker. So I am as well the speaker for the third parliament, as you know, and my first deputy speaker is a female, and she's the first to hold that position because the former first deputy speakers, we had Elika Magbo for the pilot parliament, Felix Adiche for the first parliament, Felix Adiche again for the second parliament, and then she came. So she's the first female to hold that role as a female, yes. And for the second parliament, the second deputy speaker, the female held that role before, actually.
Yes.
Yeah, so for the pilot parliament, Adiche was the, yeah, I'm coming. For the pilot parliament, the second deputy speaker was Felix Adiche. And then in the first parliament, we first had the late Samuel Saki before it became this guy, Mano Ahiadeke. Then in the second parliament, the second deputy speaker was our first female second deputy speaker, who was Vanessa Pisasase. And then we currently have the vibrant and exorbitant Enoxology. So, Office of the Speaker, how do you think in the third parliament? What is your opinion on the Office of the Speaker for the third parliament?
Yeah. So, Office of the Speaker, I think both the Speaker and his deputies, if we want to compare to the second parliament, where I would say the first deputy speaker, who was then Felix, who was he was active for a while until he worked or the service had to take him off duty. So as for the second deputy speaker, who was then the chairman for privileges committee.
He was the ranking member for the welfare committee in Oxology.
No, I'm talking about the second parliament.
The second parliament.
I want to compare the office of the speaker, second parliament and the third parliament. Then we'll look at the improvement that has come. So I was talking about the attendance of the speakers. Honorable Felix was active and so when has to take him off. Right? But looking at the then second deputy speaker, who was also the chairman for privileges, who had issue with the ad hoc committee from then, which I was a member of. So if you compare the two now, you could realize that both speakers are active. If you study the first deputy speaker, who is, choked with a lot of activities, radio works and hospitals and staff and lecturing, but still have time to excuse herself and come for sitting in. It's a sign that the person really loves what she's doing. So I'm saying that the office of the speaker now in the third parliament is working and is improving. So you could see that most of the things are done by the office of the speaker. And if you look at the improvement in terms of proceeding, you could see that there's less pressure on the speaker now because all the speakers are always coming for sitting where they can take it from some place for the speaker to continue. Unlike the second parliament, we really use we use you.
You guys should let me go for a new speaker for the fourth parliament. I'll be vacating my seat the dissolution of this chamber. So thank you very much for your remarks on the office of the speaker. So in the second parliament, we had who was acting the first deputy when the first deputy speaker is not around. We had Enoch Ado who acted as first deputy speaker, and then we had some other people who acted. Second deputy speaker, Enoch Soloji, was acting in the second parliament until he became substantive. And when he was not present in the third parliament, we had Adam Osman who was acting on his behalf. And for the first deputy speaker, whenever she's not around, we had the first person who acted was Solomon. Solomon acted. We also had Gillis who acted. And then just recently, we had Robert who acted. Yes. So for me, to be frank with you, the office of the speaker, I don't really have problem with the absence of the deputies because it gives an opportunity for someone to also have a feel of how things goes on. Yes, because as much as possible, we want to create platform for people to learn. So, that was when I was Promax president. Because I was very, very, very much, my vice president had nothing to do. So I had to find a way to engage here. So sometimes, although we are not happy with poor attendance, but for substantive speakers and officers, when they are absent, someone has an opportunity to act in their absence and also learn. So it's not like I'm saying they should continue to be late, but for now, things are ongoing well. Moving on to the next item, we have Clerk and Marshals. So in the second parliament, the office of the clerk was just 4 members. Now it is 7 members. And in the second parliament, it was the office of the marshal was just 3 members. Now there are 5. So let me tell you the officers. The clerk to parliament is Cyril Kekeli Amevo. Deputy Clerk Operations, Hetty Afenyo Selassie. Deputy Clerk Finance, Mary Tetega. Deputy Clerk Publicity, Victoria Harrison. Now we have Assistant Clerks. Assistant Clerk Affairs is Perpetua Adbokele, I'm sure. And then we have Assistant Clerk Accounts, that is Fine Dion Kukwa. And then we have Assistant Clerk Relations, that is Nelly Ufori Achampon. Now for the Marshal, we have the current Marshal is Ben Kaito. Then Deputy Marshal, Physical Security, Moses Esemenu. Deputy Marshal, Information Security is Isaiah Koludo. Deputy Marshal, Emergency Response is Richmond Precious and Balevenu. And Deputy Marshal, VIP Protection is Daniel Kofi Gako. What is your opinion on the office of the clerk and marshal?
Yeah, so if I always want to make comparisons of the second parliament to the third parliament, because that is where we begin to see if we are improving or we need to work more. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so when you look at more especially the office of the marshal's office in third parliament, it's just wow. Mm-hmm. Seriously. It's just wow. The main marshal, I mean, the guy is doing well. Yeah. He's doing well. He really understands the office and he's really preparing himself. The last time I was telling him that it's just that you're high, I know. If you look at the marshal of the main parliament, if you fool as an MP, that guy can carry you outside.
Of course.
That guy can carry you outside. Seriously. So I was telling him, I said, Charlie, you are doing well. Yeah, he's really doing well. And the clerk, the main clerk also. I basically do not focus on his deputies because most of the time we do find people who act in those offices. But the clerk is working. Yeah, he's doing well. Now you can see a letter released from the Speaker's office and signed by the clerk. Unlike this, the second parliament, where it's like you do most of the stuff. But the clerk this time around is always present as well. I mean, few days that you will not see him. He's an active politician as well.
Of course. Yeah. In the pilot parliament, we had a clerk who only attended 3 sitings because the pilot parliament lasted for only 3 sitings. The clerk we had for the first parliament only attended 2 sittings. Wow. And someone had to act on her behalf through a majority of the sittings. Wow. In the second parliament, we had another person, she attended majority of the sittings. But for this new clerk here, I agree with you that he has been present for basically, he only missed 1 season.
Yes. So far in all the 5 sittings we had in this year, he only missed 1.
He only missed 1, and then indeed he's doing well. Yes. I pray that his deputies and assistants should learn from him. Yes, because if you guys he'll be moved to the Senate and you'll be left to the Parliament. So you better be up to task. So the office of the Marshal to the department has been extended, and then at least it was just few occasions that none of them was around. But at the end, it was because school was not in session. So maybe when school resumes, they will also be around.
You see the activeness of the deputy.
Yes.
But for the main marshal, he's been out through. I think he also missed just 1. No, yeah.
I think he missed 2.
2. Okay.
He missed 2, but he has been around for quite some time. So yes.
You see, I always tell people that whatever position you've been given to right now to act in that or work in that capacity, don't feel like people are not looking at you. Mm-hmm. I'm equally looking at you. Other colleagues are also looking at you. Some of us might get the opportunity to speed up earlier than you. Mm-hmm. But when we get there, we are also going to look at the town and see the people ready to work. Mm-hmm. So your activeness and how serious you are now is what we are going to look at. We are not going to look at the fact that you are my friend. Because unlike the other people or our people at the top who feel like because he's my friend I should work with him, some of us are not going to work with him. Mm-hmm. We are going to look at if he can do that. if he can do. Yes. So because I wouldn't like to. I saw something on someone's status this and she said, do not joke with people who refer you to people because their integrity falls in your or lies in your hand. Whatever you go there and do, they are going to look back and see who pointed this guy to. So I don't joke with the fact that somebody calls me. So a friend gave your number to me to contact. I really put in all because I'm protecting that friend's integrity. So bigger one come along the line, he can still contact me or link me up. So whatever position that a speaker with the appointment committee has decided to give you today, don't joke with it. Yeah, don't joke with it. Because in the near future, if you find yourself there, you are no longer going to be a hero. You are now going to understand the word. So I think with this understanding, you'll be able to put in your own. You see, let's use Pegita for example. When she was given the opportunity at the Commonwealth Mock Parliament, she wasn't the only speaker over there. But I think because of the efforts she put in, the mock parliament happening in Malta, she was still called by the main parliament that, oh, you should come and sit, preside over this mock parliament for us. Depending on the work she's done or they've seen her do in the mock parliament and the Commonwealth mock parliament. You understand?
Yeah, I get it.
So if you have been given such opportunities, as we are dialoguing on these offices, you should be put in your all. Yeah, I don't know if you've checked my status this morning on volunteerism and stuff.
So I'll tell you that after the program. So thank you very much for that. So we are moving on. I think we'll take 5 and 6 together, majority and minority leadership. We'll discuss both of them because it's more like, yes, it's the same. It's just that they are caucus level.
Yes.
So the majority leadership are announced to you who the majority leadership is, and then the minority. So you have the majority leader himself, Francis Kwame Koji, Youth MP for Afram Place North and majority leader. His deputy is Honorable Wanda Nicodemus Jamesi, Youth MP for Angola, who is the deputy majority leader. The majority chief whip is Salamat Babo, Youth MP for Keta. The first deputy majority whip is Grace Fafali Agbali, Youth MP for Cape Coast South. Then we have the second deputy majority whip, who is actually Dinah Mateko Oseku, who is Youth MP for Upper Manyakrobo. Yes. Now the minority leader is Honorable Hubert Agbakode, who is MP for Kachino, who is his counterpart, his good friend, who he left in the minority and is now heading the majority. And his deputy is Honorable Godwin Yao Kwashi, who is Youth MP for Central Town. And then we have the minority chief with Salom Bright Vixen, Youth MP for Hohwe. Then we have first deputy minority whip, who is Honorable Believe Agoso, who is
Professor Dr. Believe.
Yes, who is the Youth MP for King's Radio. And then the second deputy minority whip, who is Honorable Janet Adbezuke, Youth MP for Tom Kantamaso. What is your opinion on the leadership of both caucuses?
Yes, so the third parliament leadership itself is beautiful to me. You know, the minority leader was my boss in the second parliament. Though I was acting as majority leader, but I wasn't the main leader, so he was my boss. And we were very good friends. Our plans actually was that I told him that he should go for the leadership, so I would deputize him. Then we thought Amano would still be the majority leader. Then we can choose him in the third parliament. But unfortunately, the drama has changed a different sound, where I now have to move to the other side of the house and become a leader of that side. But I think because of that friendship, we've been working together. That's why if you study our last sitting, if you realize that when the issue was raised on the honorable member who was the chair and has not been sworn in, which he raised that issue, when I'm supposed to move the motion for adjournment, you realize that I demanded that the right thing is done before I move the motion. It was because both of us, we do our behind the scenes meetings. We discuss issues, how we'll be able to, make the third parliament one of a kind. And God has blessed us so much that so many things, so many good things are happening in the Youth Impact Parliament during our term. So I believe that no matter what that trophy, anytime we see, we can say that, oh yeah, I was the majority leader then. If I'm no longer the majority leader in the fourth parliament, I can say that I was the majority leader then. And when we visited our first visitation to parliament, oh, I was the majority leader then. Oh, he was the minority leader then. So it's like God has blessed us so much that more good things are coming. Okay, yeah, next year is going to be wow. For Youth Impact Parliament. It's going to be, we are going to be known all over. Trust me, eyes are on us as we speak. We are becoming more or less like a threat to other youth parliaments because they are like away from these people. All of a sudden, Youth Impact Parliament has taken over the whole country, being the first youth parliament to surface on the page of the main parliament. It has never happened. Aside they paying TV3 and Co to come in, we did not make such payments. Our work projected us. So the office of the minority and the majority, aside the debates that we will disagree with each other always, everything that we've been doing was like an agreement. We agree to one thing, then we push. That is how we are working. You see, I believe that if this happened in the main parliament, okay, this country will move forward. Why is the country going to move forward? Because when it becomes an issue of Ghana, we all come together. Because we are speaking for Ghanaian. You understand?
Yeah.
We are speaking for Ghanaian. So that is how we want to work. And I believe my very good friend Hubert would attest to the fact that both of us always agree to one thing.
Or if you are always agreeing to one thing, then where is the difference going to show?
The difference will show maybe during debates, where definitely I'm going to agree to different things when it's on the floor of debate. But behind the scene, we sit down and pick what is right and push that one. You understand? Yes, on the floor, we can say that, oh no, this is what I want. But after the debate, we deliberate on what, no, okay, this thing, I think this one should be the right thing. So, okay, I'll support you and let's push it this way. Because we are speaking for Ghanaian. We are not speaking for ourselves. It's very beautiful that we are not even speaking for any party.
Well, let me shift your attention to this matter. There are two members in the minority who were seeking to become leaders of the House, and they are advocating that there should be an election. But suddenly, they have not even attended any of the 5 sittings that we have held so far. And the question I keep on putting is, should we indeed opt for that election where the elected members disappoint us, or we pick people who we know they can do the job and they'll be present when it is time for the job to be done?
Now,
let's just discuss that.
Even in the main parliament, leaders are not elected. Leaders are appointed by the leadership of the party, right? So, advocating that we elect leadership of the party aside the speaker. The speaker is aside the constituents electing their members, okay, in the main parliament, the speaker is the one that is elected by the members. The leaders are not elected. So if we pushing that we elect members, it means that we are going different sides. You understand? Because we are eliminating the main parliament.
Yes.
So if we are eliminating the main parliament, I think that issue does not hold water. Secondly, like you said, if they say we should elect our leaders, we could do that. But what happened after we elect you and you are no longer doing what you are supposed to do?
Then it becomes problematic.
Yes, because if nobody's in the house, leaders are supposed to be in the house. I think that is why the third parliament is kind of different. You know, in the second parliament, the majority leader happens to be the very, very vibrant and always present, no matter what. It was the minority leader who, maybe out of work or whatever, that have been acting in his position. And being the one acting in his position, I've never missed a sitting. Yes.
Yeah, I concur.
Yes, I've never missed a sitting in the second parliament. I've never missed any sitting. Even the one I was supposed to miss, I strived hard and I came around.
But you can't beat my record. I have not missed any sitting.
As for you, there's no way you could miss a sitting. You can. I mean, maybe when we choose a different person in the fourth parliament, you could have a little time to do that. But for now, I don't know if you can do that. Yeah. So I was not surprised when the call came in and I became the majority leader. And I wasn't surprised when my brother was also the minority leader, because both of us are the most active people you can see in the house. So if they push that we still elect, probably the members are also going to look at the works. Who are the active people? Who are active. Okay, leadership of the house said these are our nominees. You have nominated yourself. No problem. You understand? But like you said, all the 5 cities, not even to talk of taking their oath.
So you know, it still raises the question whether we should just stick to our precedents.
We look through. Yeah, that's what we should look through,
and then we get someone
that is what we
can do the job.
That is what we should do.
And get someone
in terms of leadership of the house, that is what we should do. Yes, in terms of leadership of the house, that is what we should do. Because if we elect somebody, I'm not against me. I don't fear elections. I've never feared in my whole life. I've never feared any election, and I've never lost any election, even from school.
Also,
so I was telling somebody that anytime you see my face on any paper contesting, know that I've won, because I have already gone through that election behind the scene, know the results before contesting. You understand?
Yeah. Okay.
So in that case, because I believe even in the second parliament, when I was announced the majority leader, I saw people who were really pushing against it. That how come they didn't even know the standing orders? That cross-carpeting to become a leader. They didn't know that in a new parliament, we no longer call that cross-carpeting.
It's not cross-carpeting.
It's a new house.
It's a new house. Yes, it's a new house.
So we basically do not have a problem with that.
Okay.
My very good friend and myself, I mean, even we are not people who push for positions.
You get the call comes up based on merit.
We do.
Based on merit.
Based on what we do. So we are not kind of scared of that. Like you said, that a whole 5 cities, not even to talk about taking your oath.
Not even the virtual sitting that they attended ground.
Look at that. So you want us to vote for you?
Yes. So
become a leader of the house.
So we prefer to stick to our precedents on that.
Maybe along the line that like we discussed, maybe we think of how we could elect our speakers. That one is something that we will think about before we do. Yes, because even with that, we still have to look at how vibrant the person is. Because if the speaker is not in the house, then the deputies are also not in the house. Then you could see what would happen.
Yeah, but whoever is to replace me equally has to meet the kind of fire that I have.
Exactly.
Or else it's problematic. Yeah. So we'll look at it. So moving on, we'd like to take items 7 and 8 at once, but it seems to be in cognizance with the other two. You want to talk about the committees of the House, the 16 standing committees, the 19 select committees, and their leadership, chairpersons, ranking members, vice chairpersons, and deputy ranking members. This House, I got to realize that even the main parliament only has like 30 to 28 committees. Our committees are even more than the main parliament. Yeah, so we have a lot of committees. The committees are not there for joke. They are there because we need them when they are active. And then as well, it's an opportunity for youth to take up leadership positions and better themselves. So the Committee on Selection has appointed chairpersons, ranking members, vice chairpersons, and deputy rankers for standing committees. And then select committees only have chairpersons and ranking members. And the deputy clerks are secretaries to standing committees, and the assistant clerks are secretaries to the select committee. So, how do we see the committees and then their leadership?
All right, so on issues are the committees. I think I was discussing with Hubert the last time we came for rehearsal towards the mock parliament. When we were going home, I was discussing. Okay, I think we met at the challenge. So I was telling him that the issues about the committees, where most of the chairpersons do not show for sitting, including some ranking members and all that. It's like we have not been tasking the committees enough, and that has made the committees inactive.
Yes.
So I think going into the second section of the third parliament, leadership and office of the speaker, we have to sit down. So you'll be able to always engage each committee towards every sitting. We engage each committee. There are issues, there are a lot of things we can engage them with. There are a lot of things we can engage them. There are a lot of things that is related to every committee that is in the House. So I believe with that, we can be seeing the committees that are active, and the activeness is going to be based on the work the chairperson is putting in. So we have to do that in the second section, because as it stands now, we do not see the activeness. If you could recall the last sitting we had, that most of the committee's chairpersons were not there to give us reports. That, the task that was given to them, they were not there to give us reports based on those things. And it's not nice. It is the committees that make the House active. You see, because every bill before coming to the floor of Parliament has to go through those committees, each of the committees that is responsible for that. That is how it happens at the main Parliament. So if the leadership of the committee is not around to present to us the bills that have gone through that side, then it means that there will not be business on the floor of Parliament.
But at the fourth sitting, the virtual sitting, I gave directives to all 35 committees of the House, of which all the standing committees were to report at the December sitting.
Yes.
But the select committees, a number of them report at the February sitting, a number report at the March sitting. So there is job on them. So if anything, we can give new taxes to the standing committees.
Yeah.
For me, I think the chairpersons were all carefully looked at. But human beings, they'll be committed, and then when it gets to a time, they just flow.
Yeah.
So honestly, we are still looking at it. We have seen our mistakes, we admit. And then in the formation of the fourth parliament, we'll be there to ensure that the chairpersons that will come up will live to meet what is expected of them. Yes, we live to meet what is expected of them as well. So for now, we wish them well. Right now, they'll be sharing their flyers very soon. They'll share for all the chairpersons, then they'll go to ranking members, vice chairperson, and all those. So for we, the organization is committed to benefits to them. They have to ensure that they do what is expected to them. So we wish them well. Now we want to move to some sensitive matters. And we take 10 and 11 at once. Attendance on floor and speaking on floor and debates. Honorable, the issue about attendance already sprouted up when we started the discussion. Yes, the issue about attendance is that some members don't really see the value of what we are doing, and it's when we start succeeding and start getting loud that they come. Some honestly are out of town, and in that circumstance, you cannot blame them. That is why we have given a grace period of them to appear at the general sitting and the sittings in the second session. But for the 5 sittings that we held, what is your opinion on attendance on floor and speaking on floor?
Okay, so with attendance, like you said earlier, we think the vacation has also affected the previous sittings that we had in the first section. Since most of our members are students across the region, so we would consider the fact that the vacation has sent them away, where the grace period is January, because I think by 10th to 15th January, all of them should be reporting to.
Yeah.
Now, so we may not go deep into the attendance in third parliament that much, but when we talk about speaking on floor, I think in the third parliament, in terms of speaking on floor, everybody now is ready to talk. Unlike the second parliament, where most of the members were kind of timid stuff. But I think, like I said, the second parliament has groomed so many people. So if you look at the people who were part of the second parliament, currently are ready to flow. They are ready to speak. That is why you could see that the debate now is taking longer period than it used to be.
Well, I was honestly, to the last sitting, I was amazed that we spent over 2 hours just debating the reports of the committees. Yes. And I wonder what happens when a very hot debate comes. It could even take 3 hours. Yes.
So it's becoming nice. It means that we are growing. Yes, we are growing. Though some of us has built our public speaking skills from secondary school, being part of drama club and debating club and stuff, but the confidence is now growing more, even though we are on the field as marketers, we are said, as for sellers, we don't push us. As for sellers, we sell to everybody. Yes, so that confidence is there. But in the aspect of discussing politics, YIP Parliament is bringing so many people. I mean, Cyril could not speak. In the second parliament, you could see him sitting there smiling. That's what you could see him. But currently, I could see that confidence is in him, and it's going to help him since he's fast rising politically. So, Youth Impact Parliament is having a future. I mean, don't be surprised that in the next election to come, not 2024, 2028, where you see most of our members contesting as MPs. Yes, which I'll be one of them. Preparing the ground and looking at this, I mean, we see that the growth is coming. You understand? The growth is coming, and we are making more links and networks. So people are growing. We see how people are speaking on floor. Look at the issue on votes and proceedings, debating just that. Okay, we see that everybody is now ready to pour out their mind.
In fact, the matter referred to the education committee, we have to debate that at the first sitting of the second session, because that matter, I can see a lot of members are ready to speak on it. So I would employ the business committee to prepare that for the first sitting of the second session in January. Yes, in January. So thank you very much. Moving on to the next item is publicizing activities. Our members have not been forthcoming in publicizing activities of the house. What can we do to improve that? Because the media team is up to task. They're sharing the someone was like, if you every time they're sharing, he doesn't understand why they're never tired of sharing. They're always sharing. And it was a good remark in the sense that it always makes the group active. So even if you don't have anything to say, something will always pop up. You cannot claim that it's been dormant. But if although the media team shares, we need members to propagate it by sharing. But not all of them seem to get that. So what do you think about this matter?
Oh, you see, we are about 100 or so, right? 100
in the group.
No, as the whole.
So 155 and then 12 parliamentary service is almost 168. 168.
And almost all of us are on social media.
Yeah.
Now, I think going into the fourth parliament, since we are not elected members, but appointed, so we should be appointed based on certain criteria. Going into the fourth parliament. I mean, I have followed Youth Impact Parliament on all social media platforms. If you follow, I don't know if you've been checking my comments. I mean, lately, if you check, recently, I think in the last sitting, you spoke about it, and I quickly searched and I followed. On Twitter, I am not a fan of Instagram, so I'm not on Instagram.
No problem.
Yeah, but Facebook, I'm one of the active people. So yeah, I have almost 3,000 followers on Facebook.
Oh, nice one.
My personal account.
Nice one.
So TikTok, same. I mean, I have almost 2,000 followers on TikTok. So I followed on all these platforms, and where it is necessary to share, I share. Like so, going into the fourth parliament, we are going to look at these things. You understand? There are people who personally do not love to be on social media.
Yes, I'm aware of that.
People will be considered one way or the other. But trust me, if you are there right now and you say you are not on social media, it means that far behind.
Oh yeah, I actually met 2 people just this month and last month. They said they are only on WhatsApp.
No,
They said they are only on WhatsApp. Oh yes, and they're all ladies. You know, ladies have been complaining about the kind of sensitive messages men have been sending because of their ability. So some of them clearly abstain. So I agree with you that some of them we cannot blame them. I know some people as well, they are skeptical about how they post. So maybe that is why if their own post like they
I mean, sometimes let me say this. Sometimes all that you see pop up on your social media, there are things you subscribe for. You understand? Yes, some of us will subscribe to so many online marketing business. So if you see, you enter my Facebook, those are the things you are going to be seeing. If you enter my Twitter, then most of the tweets are business related, few music that you are going to see. So if somebody is talking about, oh, Charlie, this artist has posted this, I don't know about it because I did not subscribe to that. You understand? Same applies to the other platforms. So there are a lot of opportunities online. There are a lot of free courses now you can read online. Maybe pay get certificate. So if you are not on social media now, you are lagging behind. And there are a lot of things that you may not have an idea about because you can only get them there. Can you have when was the last time you listened to radio?
Really? Oh, that was quite some time. Yeah. I have not listened to it.
You know why you are not hearing Christmas song?
Because I'm not listening.
They are almost replay on radio.
Oh my god.
Yeah, that's why you feel like it's Christmas around. Why are the songs not sound? It's because you are not listening to radio these days, and you scarcely sit beside you.
Yes, I scarcely sit beside you.
Yeah, the same applies to me. The same applies to me. So Because but most of the times we are online, social media.
Yes.
So even our news now, nobody watches news on TV.
They just go to their Facebook page or YouTube and they watch it there. Yes.
You see, so going into the fourth parliament, I would suggest that we look at these things. We are going to look at the social media handles that you have, and then one of the criteria we are going to use to be able to appoint you to the fourth parliament is to know if these social media handles that you have are following our social media platforms. We are not forcing you to be part of LinkedIn, Twitter, which is currently X, Facebook. No, but at least which of them that you are part of,
you should be following
YIP. You should be active also. Go there and comment, you like. That is what is going to make us known.
Yes. So I must say, although the subscription has not really been forthcoming, I can see an improvement since the last time we spoke about this. LinkedIn is at 40. Instagram is also at 249. As you know, Facebook is at 1,000. Twitter is around 159. YouTube is around 233. Subscribers, yes. And Telegram is around 355 members. Yes.
When we do all this, we share, people follow like that. And we get to a stage where we can monetize these things.
Exactly.
It's our own good, though. Yes, it's our own good. Our people who follow us, okay? You'll be surprised that YIP will be paying S Brasha. And people will be like, where did these guys get the money from?
Yes.
YIP will be paying S Brasha.
Those are not saying that. So they should actually try
because
and
if you get your Facebook page monetized right now, it's a big money. And we have reasonable content that we are posting there.
Oh, yes.
We have if you get our YouTube monetized, we have reasonable content that now we are even international in India.
Oh, yes.
So if we are getting views from India and those areas, and we get monetized, we'll be making good money. Sure. At the end of your 1 year, then if YIP is giving you 1,000 cedis as S Brasha per member, with even a motorbike or whatever, it's a big thing, and it's going to be like Youth Impact Parliament, they give S Brasha, and but people will be asking how we get our money. No, we only push our social media. Now to make money is very easy. It's very easy to make money these days. Just push these things. The moment you get your 10,000 followers right now on Facebook, you can get it monetized. Then we already have beautiful content we are posting there.
Yeah, so our members should
do that. They should push hard. We already have 9,000 is just here. We can push hard.
Oh, yes.
And get that. It should be organic. We don't want to use money to
do sponsorship and all those things. Yes. So our members, please, and our viewers, follow us on all our social media handles on Facebook, Instagram, X, LinkedIn, TikTok, YouTube, Telegram, and WhatsApp. Follow us. We are everywhere. Thank you very much. Now moving to one amazing item that we have been waiting to discuss was our trip to Parliament on Wednesday, 29th November 2023. He was not there, so I'll give an overview of that and then he share his opinion on it. So around 9 o'clock, we arrived in Parliament, Group A and Group E, Group A and Group B, and then from there we escorted to the Speaker's Conference Room in the Speaker's Block. That is where the Speaker of Parliament receives special guests. And then, yes, we were given, it was the Chief of Staff that chaired that session. They oriented us on the history of Parliament, functionality of Parliament, functions of their committees, and how the citizens can engage. We asked questions, I gave the vote of thanks, then we did some little refreshment. And around 12:30, we entered the Chamber of Parliament, and the proceedings was chaired by Right Honorable Alban Sumana Kingsford Bagben, the Speaker of the 8th Parliament of the 4th Republic of Ghana. So he was presiding, and before the conclusion of the debate on the approval of the 2024 budget statement and financial policy, Right Honorable Albans Manaki Sobagin, acknowledge our presence and recognize the leader of the delegation, who was one John Samegashebigo. He noted that this is a very important group, having heard the name Youth Impact Parliament. Yeah. So right after that, we engaged some few members of parliament outside. It was Honorable Benjamin Kudo, Honorable Angela Awolote, Honorable Jocelyn Tete, and then Honorable Kobi Woyome. In the speakers' conference room, we were engaged by Honorable Kofi Ato, Honorable Nelson Roxon Dafiemeto, Honorable Peter Nochikote, and Superintendent retired Ifiatenge. So that was how the entire trip was. And then at 2:30, Group A left back to the house, whilst Group B was on their own. So that was how the trip went. And then from our trip, our attention indeed increased. Honorable, let's hear from you. What do you think about the trip?
Ooh, that was a trip I really missed, and I mean, I really feel bad about it. But I equally have a very important meeting to attend on the same day, both the Tuesday and the Wednesday that were suggested dates for the trip. Were really choked for me. Basically, myself, November, December are always kind of tight for me because of the things I do. So, but one thing I was happy about, that even though I was not there, but my spirit was there. I was just happy about everything that was going on. The speaker, I think we are the first youth parliament that was heard on the floor of parliament. That the speaker even emphasized that listening to the name alone means that this is a very important group of people that attention should be given to. And I believe that, like I said, next year, I don't think we are prepared.
To go again next year.
I don't think we are prepared to receive the number of guests that will be trooping into youth parliament next year.
So we're preparing our horses to receive them.
You understand? So the visitation to parliament has really changed a lot of things around us. It has given us the opportunity to be part of the mock parliament, and which I was one of the participants and the role players. And trust me, it was fun. Yeah, though the mock parliament is quickly chalked another event for me. Charlie, that day, I was like, "Jay, God, I pray a prayer before I left home." I said, until I step into the house, they will not start. Trust me, I just get down from a motor and I heard, "Madam Speaker." I was like,
so
God really listened to my prayers. Like, yeah, I'm his son. I'm his son. So he really listened to me anytime I talk to you. So the visitation to the parliament is good. Trust me, we are going to the parliament again, but not on our request. But parliament is going to give us visitation.
Amen.
It's going to invite us to officially, as their guests, invited guests this time around, to, probably contribute to some issues on the floor. And see, they would like to know the view of the young people on those issues, and they are going to be the ones to speak for our people. Ghanaian that time. So let's get prepared, because it's something I have seen coming from.
Amen. Thank you very much for sharing your view on that. So the trip, go and check YIF Impact Parliament, our social media handles. You can read everything about the trip over there. It was fantastic.
I think Ghana Web
also posted it. Ghana Web posted us. So the other youth parliaments watching as well, try and get there. We are not in any competition. We are only leading the way. Yes. So apart from Youth Impact Parliament, we have Youth Model Parliament of Youth Consultant, Youth Empowerment Consultant. We also have Youth Leadership Parliament. We also have UNY Youth Parliament. We also have International Youth Network. youth parliament, and then there's a new youth parliament popping up. That is Youth Parliament Ghana of Youth Arise. Youth Arise Ghana.
That one is an election. I think
But youth leadership. Yes. But well, we all cannot follow the same trend. Youth Impact Parliament remains appointed because we want to make it easy for you to learn. For them, if you want to go through the rigorous process of getting it, then you go to the if all our distinctiveness and you keep to that distinctiveness. So if you want a tedious process of being a youth MP, go to Youth Parliament Ghana or Youth Arise Ghana or Youth Leadership Parliament. But if you want an easy way, fast way to be a youth MP, come to us. Yeah. So that is it. So you can go and check them out. And not to forget the dormant and vibrant one, Youth Parliament of Youth National Youth Authority. Yes. We hope that
I was part of that. I was part of the whole with Honorable the current chairman for Water Youth Parliament that they have never had a single sitting.
No, we'll extend our arms to them. No, we'll extend our vibrancy to them. And they also become active. So, now I want to talk about the mock sitting and the debate competition that was held on Saturday, the 16th of December 2023. So, Youth Impact Parliament had a number of participants and role players for the mock sitting, and due to our trip and the recommendation given, the parliamentary service engaged us in doing this, and we are given an opportunity to also participate in the debate competition represented and the Elizabeth Mann. The UFMP for Domia Brabron, constituency and ranking member on Standing Orders Committee, and Honorable Robert Fiawono, UFMP for Kratchi East and chairman on committee of the Committee on Judicial Affairs as supportive speaker. They spoke, they presented, and Youth Impact Parliament ended up winning. And that was another viral thing. So take on these two items, the mock parliamentary sitting and the debate competition.
Yeah, so the whole program was on the lap of Youth Impact Parliament. And it was one of a kind. Now coming to the debates, wow. I was there sitting with my very after our first and the main speaker finished. So I told him that they should close to that go. They will come for trophy later. Yeah, because that day I had a program to attend after the mock sitting. So I told him that see the points the lady has made, they were points I discussed with him. So I was like, I didn't meet them. I should have told them, even I did this and that, but we didn't even know I'm motion and all that. So, but at the end of the day, I realized that the lady is eating on those points. So he was like, we made points that I don't know. We need points, maybe they talk about. So I was like, we won. So I left. So what I left, few minutes after the whole program, and he called me and said, I said, Amma, where's my food? Oh, your food was there, but we didn't water series. Yeah, what are you doing in water series? I'm coming. Yeah, we wanted to get to us. Yeah, that was not me. I know already that we wanted. So I quickly ran to. I mean, the main speaker did very well, and the supportive speaker. Even though there were issues, but the confidence and is cool. Like it's very good. I mean, the debate we really proven that that is what we do. And that's what
we are there to build people to improve their public speaking skills, parliamentary business and debate. So you can't beat us in our own way. You should know that. You can't beat us in our own way.
That is what we do. So personally, I wanted to be part of the team, but I told you December, November, I'm very busy for me. So if I don't get a chance to rehearse with them, I will be very disappointed in myself. So that's how come I back up, because personally I love to do that. I was a debating club president in F's in my year bands.
Oh, that's nice. That's nice.
I was telling them how I wanted to get from Uncle Pipi after that. 2015. Very small guy, very last year. So it was a beautiful thing. We really proved to them that it is something we always practice and we always do. And I believe the Parliament of Ghana is proud of us.
Oh yes, indeed they are.
They are happy that they have this group of people behind them who occupy their spaces very soon.
Yes.
And that alone, I mean, winning the debate, hey, it's a crown.
Indeed. So we want a very good
if things were to go well, we should have, this one deserves some mini party.
Let's see what is forthcoming for the next teaching. Yes.
And we have a mini party for them, at least the participants. So that they will go happy, and it was nice.
Yes.
It was nice. At least we have something to leave behind.
Oh yes.
Yes. We have something to leave behind. It's good.
So let me extend our appreciation to Madam Kate Ado, Superintendent retired if you are thinking, Miss Linda Boydu, Mr. David Damois, Mr. Kofi Kufo, and then Madam Papa, all of them. And then the Deputy Clerk of Parliament, Mr. Camilo Pamwa, Deputy Marshal, Fosu, Colonel Samofosu, and then the other who came, all of them who came to prepare us. And Honorable Charles Adebe, who chaired the committee, the vetting panel, and then the other people who actually saw that YIP indeed has impacted and they actually deserve on merit. It was not favoritism, we won on merit. I say thank you to you all for raising our flags high. I'm very sure our patrons are proud of us.
Yeah. And to say this, that the people who train us for the mock parliament, they are very humble. Seriously, they are humble. If you are part, you will see the way the conversation, the chemistry, everything was fun. You understand? Like everything was fun. It's like they didn't make us feel like we are young people. They really treated us people. I remember Mr. Kufo. He came into my DM. Like, which of you am I chatting with? Some like Francis. Could you say, oh, Francis? Oh, he's my control. You know, he meant that the real and how my contribution. Oh, yeah, I said I'm fine. So I said, oh, okay, you guys did. So you could see that the people are really humble, and in fact, it's nice. They didn't use any kind of trying to be authoritative and stuff. Everything was fine. If you look, if you remember how we went to Reporters, it was table shared together, and we pray that God will continue to bless them.
Oh, thank you so much, Akbeka. So now, members, we have some final items to discuss before we bring the review to an end, and they are very important items. The YIP Uganda Senate, the upper chamber of Youth Infant Parliament. It was launched at the inauguration of the third parliament, and it will hold its pilot sittings in 2024, and this first house will be inaugurated in January 2025. So the YIP, I keep on saying in any youth parliament in Ghana or elsewhere, that has 2 chambers. Even the Nigerian National Youth Parliament is 1 chamber, while their national parliament is 2 chambers. So Youth Impact Parliament indeed is going to raise the flag high with the concept of 2 chambers. So the color branding for the Senate is red. Each rows will be red. The color branding for the Parliament is gold. Is gold. Each rows will be, as you already see, gold and then black as well. And both of them will work hand in hand. The chambers will work hand in hand. We will joint sittings where senators and MPs and then the president of the Senate and the Speaker of Parliament will come around together. That will be actually, I'll tell you that the standing orders of both chambers are already under review. Wow. And the calendar for how sittings will be held has already been drawn. Wow. Yes, so the Senate has been scheduled to sit 4 times in a year, and adding the joint sitting makes it 5 times. The House has been scheduled to sit 8 times in a year, and for joint sitting, making it 9. So the original plan is that in a quarter, you know, the year has 4 quarters. The Senate sits only once in a quarter, the Parliament sits twice. And the current calendar, I'll tell you, the first month in every quarter, the Senate sits, and the other month, the Parliament sits. So every January, the Senate will sit. Every February, the Parliament sits. Every March, the Parliament sits. Every April, it will be a joint sitting for the anniversary. So every April are joint sittings. May, Parliament sits. June, Parliament to sit. July, the Senate to sit. Then August, the Parliament will always, a new Parliament will be inaugurated, and then the old one will be dissolved. So that one is always for the Parliament. August, the Parliament to sit. Then September, wait, so is that, wait, yeah, so September, so September the 3rd quarter starts when? Yes. The 3rd quarter starts in August. August. So August. So it means the Senate is supposed to sit in August. Yes, no. The 3rd quarter starts in October. So the 2nd quarter starts in June. No, you see, the quarters are there are 4 quarters. And it's 4 months. Mm-hmm. The first quarter starts. It's 3 months. 3 months. 9/12. Oh, okay. Yes. So first quarter starts in January and in March. Yeah. 2nd quarter starts in April. Yes. You understand? And the 3rd quarter starts. But joint sitting in April, June Parliament, July, Senate will sit, the Parliament sits, and then December, joint sitting. The House, all of them are joint sitting to end the year with a joint sitting. So the calendar has already been drawn, and there are standing orders also. So the current projects right now for the movement is because of high prices. There is already preparation for the road so that they will be prepared long time, because we don't want prices to come and catch us. A lot of things are already ongoing. The Senate, all the members of the Senate will be appointed out of consultation because the House is small. It's a 48-seater House, 3 senatorial constituencies in each of the regions of Ghana. Ghana has 16 regions, so 16 times 3, making it 48. And although it is spread throughout the region, we need all senators to be residents in Ho, because it is a smaller House. And when we don't get the numbers, it becomes very embarrassing. So all the senators will be appointed who must be people living in Ho. They can be students, but so far as they're in Ho, then we are okay. But the 4th Parliament will be around 200 seats, and the 5th Parliament will be a full House, 275. So both the 4th and the 5th Parliaments will have been formed. You know, the Senate is 2 years, and the House is 1 year. So the House will now be open. People can be passed from wherever they are, so far as they take their oath. So every second sitting of the House should be online so that members can take their oath. So far as we'll have a good number to count for sittings, all the others, so far as they take their oath online, will be okay. So the House will become more accessible to the entire country with the lower house, which is the Parliament. But the Senate, strictly, attendance must always be on the peak. So these are some of a lot of things have been put into place, and it's going to hit hard that the attention will flow, because the execution is like, come on, you need to trust the leadership. So the YIP Senate, that is it. What is your view on the YIP Senate?
Yeah, I mean, like I said earlier, this is a platform of learning, and since the discussion towards this, I've always been seeing the progress of it. Because when you look at the genesis of youth impact parliaments and where we are getting to now, we tell you that the Senate is going to be a great help. It's going to be great because even though we don't practice that here in Ghana, but it's good that we learn. We learn to the extent that when we get to any other platforms, we would be able to know. We will not be ignorant. I always tell people that the devil is not a problem. What is the problem we have is the fact that you do not have an idea of something. Maybe as a Christian, you do not have an idea about your strength as a Christian and how protected you are. So it's a way to get out of that ignorance. So wherever we find ourselves, we'll be able to talk. Like some of us right now, when we are speaking on certain platforms, they are like, hey, how did you know this? How did you get it? It's like we've dedicated ourselves that, okay, I'm not going to read on this. And I'm not going to read on that. Remember the last time, Honorable, my deputy, my deputy, one that was talking about the Parliament clock was quickly when I got home, I downloaded it. And I realized that it's a whole tool for learning. You are going to know your ministers, your MPs, the chairpersons, their committee members and stuff. You are going to know the standing orders for each. Then you will see the standing orders for each of their cities. So I was like, I believe those who will be part will learn. I'm going to be part. We all learn together.
Amazingly, the Senate, if you be part of the Senate, you can't be part of the Parliament. So what we want to do is that we don't so that is the heckle right now. That is the planning ahead, so that we ensure that not all the people go to the Senate, but some will remain in the Parliament, so that when there is a joint sitting, you realize that both parties are strong. Yes. So,
if you want to leave, you want to be part of the Senate, means you have to resign from it.
Yes.
You make Parliament.
Yes. So we need some of you. Yes, we need some of you still at the Parliament to keep things working.
Yeah.
Yes. There are the only two exclusions that might be given is the Deputy Executive Director in charge of parliamentary affairs. He might be the only one who will be given the. He basically needs to be part of the two to run affairs. And then to an extent, can still pass the back door and act and keep the Parliament active. But to an extent, it's not supposed to be so, because if it's the same member who is part of both, then what's the difference? So if someone will be part of both, you can only hold a sensitive position in one, but the other will just be a floor member holding no position in the other. so that you cannot have power over both of them. Yeah, so it's even if the deputy executive will be part of two, you can only hold a sensitive position in one, and the other you just be a floor member just for the purposes of oversight and governance. Yes. So in the case that I end up being in the parliament too, I cannot hold any position. The parliament, if I'm part of the Senate. It is only for the purposes of governance and ensuring that the fire is there. But for the other members, it is a good reason that we say it should only be a limited privilege, because if we have all the members who are parliamentarians, then when we come to joint sittings, you'll be in a dilemma. You'll be in a, yes, because you are part of the two. You are part of the two. So that is the dilemma I want to avoid. So in the case that the two people giving exclusion and there's a joint sitting, they can only speak for the higher house. The lower house, they have to leave it. So in that case, they put all their attention and interest in the upper house, and that's it. Yes. Then they put their attention avoid their holding position. Yes. So that is the concept. And we are so the only heckle right now about the execution is appropriation of the vibrant members. We can't steal all the vibrant members from the house, or the house will not live up to the expectation. So we might end up, some of the MPs, you see, the Senate is a new concept. So the people who can be in the Senate are people who are not really interested in being MPs for their constituencies. They are the only people that we can still to the Senate. But people, there are some people, they want to continue being youth MPs for this. So and when you send them there, they can't.
My suggestion towards the fourth parliament. I think in the fourth parliament, we can work with some churches to get members. If most of the three churches, the members are going to come from.
Are you sure the churches will stay away from politics? They'll say stay away from politics.
You see, that's the problem I have. Which one is there? Even the church is a political.
There's no politics there. Yes, there's no politics there.
You know the presiding, I don't know, I used to be the general master of Assemblies of God. He is an elected member
of an assembly.
No, the Assemblies of God, the one who supersedes.
Are you an MP?
No, before you be.
He's elected. They're not basically politics. It's not. They're running away from politics. They shouldn't run away from politics.
You see, that's the problem. You know, let's not go into that. We can go back into that whole plan. Yeah, because I usually have problems with them.
Well, we'll discuss it offline. So, coming to the Senate again. Yeah, so the Senate is going to be executed, and then we pray that God guides us. It's going to happen. And if it's going to happen, it's going to happen, because why we prepare months ahead. Of YIP, one of the virtues you can learn is that you prepare ahead of time. You prepare ahead of time. So now moving on. Yes, the Uganda chapter was established in 2022 November.
Yeah.
And since then we only had two active members, who was Speaker Leonardo Asime and then Deputy Speaker Kaoki Waswa.
Yeah.
Now, prior to this month, about just some 3 months ahead, YIP Uganda just started becoming very active when YIP India was formed. So it was like the emergence of YIP India just them on their toes. And as of now, they have a full leadership.
Complete leadership.
Yes. Wow. YIP Uganda now has a full leadership, of which their flyers will be shared before the end of tomorrow. Wow. And with that, by January, February, their first parliament will be inaugurated. I'm very happy about them, because they have been telling us about how youths are not encouraged in Uganda. But from how things are going, I'm encouraged that YIP Uganda will meet the status quo. And unfortunately, the status that YIP Uganda was in, YIP India has not taken that status. So they are now the numbers one. All Uganda has not started out.
And India was just last recently, right?
Yes, it was the YIP India was just from just this November. So they are very new and I get it. I know that a time will come, they also spark up. You know, you said something that you could get the numbers from India, and I agree. I think I'll have to speak to Speaker Bandaro Shankar of YIP India to get people because India is a very populated country. We can get their numbers to follow our social media handles actively. And I honestly, on floor, I just want to say that's a brilliant idea. I'll speak to him about that. Yes, because India, their prime minister is actually, apart from Pointus and Flutus in the United States of America, Prime Minister Modi of India is one of the most followed politicians on earth. Yeah. Hey, all his accounts from Facebook, Instagram, all of them are in millions. No joke. I'm telling you, are in millions. No joke. Our president is not our president, yeah, he has 2 million on Facebook and has yes, but the Prime Minister of India is even more popular than I still have faith in YIP India. So we are talking about the two at once. YIP India so far only has a speaker and deputy speaker. The same status YIP Uganda was before they came. So they came today, the same status as YIP Uganda. Currently, Uganda is having a full hand. They have a full leadership. They are still getting the MPs, but now they have speaker, deputy speaker, clerk, deputy clerk, majority leader, deputy majority leader, minority leader, deputy whip, deputy whip for both caucuses. They have all of them. And amazingly, they also have one differently abled person as part, which is inclusivity. You know, in our current parliament, Ghana, we have one differently abled person who is the person of Elijah Akoto, who is part of us. Because it's important that we allow these people to also be part of us. And they also have, so I'm just happy about how YIP Uganda has catch up and thumbs up to them. We'll support them and hopefully by 2024 they will inaugurate their first parliament. Yes.
Like I said, they're making impact going across Africa. It's just great. Yeah, it's just great. I think a time will come YIP is going to take the group.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's going to take the group because if India becomes vibrant, trust me, the world will hear of us. India is one of the vibrant countries. You don't know about. India becomes vibrant. For them, they push hard. They like these social media platforms. I mean, I follow their political platforms. They like those things, and it's going to be very, very great. So we encourage their members to push hard and get the membership quick, so that we can. And one thing I would like us to do is that our Ghanaian, the diaspora, these can equally join on there. You're in India, you're in Uganda, and you know about read about YIP, you can come into our Facebook DMs or whatever DM. Then we will link you to who is in charge over. Then you also get to that platform and learn. Yeah. So very soon we are going to be hearing of YIP Nigeria, YIP Cameroon, what across Ghana. You know, some of us we have the opportunity, maybe I travel to UK. That's what comes to mind is that I'm going to start UK Parliament over the UK. And I only have to be following the processes and do all that. So we have a very beautiful future. The first group of people who are going into the main parliament of Ghana soon are going to be one of the people that will even help us spread all across. So there is more, there is future.
YIP Uganda will still hold your hand. Hopefully by 2024, we'll add YIP Kenya and Nigeria.
Wow.
Yes. So the last two items, you August, they had a new leadership led by Honorable Harris, Senator Abude, EFMP for Host Central, and Chairperson on Special Budget Committee. So we launched a project list. We have also covered one other, Selena as well, and it's also for there's some few activities. We are hoping that next year we'll do so. But that is the humanitarian. Our focus is on capacity building and all humanitarian, but we need that one too for future engagement. So seminars are still ongoing. Whenever we get speakers, we're still operating a lot of things, and then tomorrow, impact movement. We'll be creating doctors on the airways and an annual general meeting. So, now, let's have your take on the foundation and the movement entirely.
Yeah, so the movement being the mother to both the foundation and the parliament. And with the foundation, I think being a start, we are doing well. So all we need to do is to look at it in this perspective, okay? Where if you're a foundation, you need donors. Yes, so you need donors. Now, if we are able to reach a stage where we are getting to be known, we should first of all help ourselves. Like I put it the last time, that donation that we were supposed to do, it's like everybody is now not ready to release money. Means there were a lot of flyers regarding to let's donate to this, including scammers and everything. So it has really affected us. But I believe if we were to levy the members, 26 each, at least I believe if 90 people pay 26, that's quite cool amount of money. Then we can contact our patrons to see if they can also help us. Then we would have been able to do that donation. So next time, let's look at, if you're a foundation, you do not fear writing proposals. You understand? I observe you and I realize that you don't like.
I want people to donate on their own, but I agree for the foundation, they must go and seek for funds. Yes, the foundation is that you should go and seek for funds. Yes.
So in the next, by the next year, I will give it. I will suggest that you have a beautiful videos of the donations you made. Let's have somebody present a very beautiful, have a short, beautiful shot. And then let's also look at our target groups in terms of enough towards helping people. You could, while you're the ideas can also make impact in the life of people. So let's find a way to raise the fund, because as of our visit that
yes, it's true.
you just get it. So and the thing the movement is another. And let's just pray that when the people that the parliament don't have people you can contact for. So we believe that there is future. As for beginning of everything, it's very tough. But continuation becomes more better if you don't quit on the
Yeah. Thank you very much. So we look forward. 2020 still the one identity. So we call on